I don't know if you guys saw this, but I have news. I think it's from yesterday that the Democrats have come up with a bulletproof solution to this whole Trump problem, and that is we're going to impeach him. Trump impeachment by Democrat. I think it's Al Green. Representative Al Green, a Democrat from Texas, is set to launch his latest impeachment bid against Donald Trump this week over his takeover of Gaza comments. We'll get to those later. But I saw this and I couldn't have rolled my eyes more. I could not. It was like, impeachment is a useless tool. There's no point to it. Trump has been impeached twice. This impeachment is not going to go through the House. Even if it goes through the House by some miracle, he's not going to be convicted in the Senate. No president we've impeached, I think, 3 presidents in history. None of them have been convicted. Stop it. Stop with the impeachments. I don't understand how you think this is going to win us any room at all. But we also have a problem with not only are the plans that we have to solve this problem, pretty weak. We also have an issue with the fact that our leaders are not inspiring, or at least not the ones that we need. And I don't know if you guys saw this video with Chuck Schumer. And
I knew what video you're going to pull up before you.
Immediately, I'm like, please don't.
It's Chuck Schumer, and he's
another visual I don't need.
Yeah, Natalie, I would prefer this. I prefer the other visual to this one, to be perfectly honest.
You're right, John. You're right.
The other visual's more honest.
Yeah, it's a lot less embarrassing than this one. I got to say, there's more dignity in what John Fetterman would be doing than this. But here we go with Chuck Schumer leading a chant to rally the troops. And this is talking about how Elon Musk is a fascist, Donald Trump and everything. But let's see what he has to say here.
I'm going to stand with you in this fight, and we will win. 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 We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Before I cut out here, I want to give 5 points to the guy waving the cake.
And we will win.
Waving the cake. I don't know what's up with him, but
the cake here.
It is. It really is. I don't know who he is, but man, that takes the video from an 8.5 to a 10. It is just beautiful. It's perfect. Because you'd see that, you're like, okay, what is going on here? I'm not expecting everyone to be a dynamic speaker. Every politician does not need to be William Jennings Bryan. I got that. But come on. We need more than we won't rest. It's not going to work. I'm sorry. Natalie, what did you think when you saw that?
Listen, first of all, I'm glad I haven't seen that before because once was enough. But no, here's the thing. Here's how I feel. And this is, I think, my idealism and my naivete coming into play. But that's really the thing that's keeping me alive right now, you guys. Yeah. So just bear with me.
Yeah.
I'm just glad they're finally waking the fuck up because I just felt like for 2 weeks now, I've just been going, what are they doing? They're not doing anything. They're not saying anything. It almost feels like we were in molasses, slow motion on the left the last couple of weeks, and we were trying to chase Trump and Musk, but we're moving like so slow, and we don't really know what to do. And I was losing my mind just waiting for them to finally start rallying together. Now, I'm not saying that this is what I was looking for, but at least I feel like AOC and Bernie have been really the only people up until very recently, and a couple of others, I shouldn't say, Jasmine, I can't remember her last name, but what's her last name, John? Did you say it?
Is it Crockett?
I think so, yeah. Those have really been the only voices that I have been hearing. And so what frustrates me is the Schumers and the Pelosi's of this party who have had a stranglehold on power and leadership for years and years and have refused to relinquish it to younger, more progressive voices, are now in this position where it's like, okay, well then everybody's looking to you. What do we do here? And they haven't done anything. And so I have this level of frustration where I don't feel like we have anyone that we can turn to right now. I mean, Hakeem Jeffries at one point, a week or two ago, Trump did something and he was like, presidents come and go, but God is God. And I'm like, no, dude, like this can't be like the thing that we're putting out there right now. So for me, just to see them finally getting out of their little bubble and realizing that the world is burning is good, but I won't be satisfied until I see real action. And by that, I mean letting younger leaders in the party step up here that can actually start to move the needle in a more public way. Because who are we looking to? Because the right has Trump and they have Musk. Who do we have? Who do we have to look to? And I think this is a lack of cultivation of leaders, because they've been holding on to power with a death grip, and now they're kind of in death's grip and they realize they have to let go. And so there's this battle of egos and wills, and I'm not here for it.
Natalie, I so agree with what you're saying there. I feel like life is just full of contradiction right now.
Yeah.
Because on one hand, I genuinely feel like we are experiencing a fascist authoritarian takeover of the government. Yeah. And on the other hand, I have to go to my email job tomorrow.
Right.
On one hand, I feel terrible for the people of Palestine, the people of Gaza. On the other hand, I'm like, there's nothing I can do about it. The fight is over. And I feel like I should fight, but like we've lost. And this is just the consequences of that now. Like you said, I want the Democratic Party to be fighting, but this ain't it. I had that same exact thought when I saw the impeachment thing. I was like, well, at least they're doing something. But right. You know what? Well, at least they're doing something ain't fucking good enough in this situation. And I really think, because this is the other contradiction. Yesterday, I released a video that called for unity within the Democratic Party. And I think we're going to get to the Gaza story next. And we'll talk a little bit more about what I said in it. But at the end of it, I called for unity. I said, hey, we need to stop the leftist infighting. The barbarians are at the gate. Let's focus our energy where it matters. But that doesn't apply to Democratic Party leadership. I genuinely think that while the AOCs of the world have been doing a very good job with their messaging, they need to just take the fight directly to Schumer, to Pelosi, and tell them to get the fuck out. Because as long as they are in charge, it's like trying to build a football team with a terrible head coach and quarterback. It doesn't matter how good the rest of the players are. You're going to fucking lose if Mr. We will win, wag my cane, is in charge of the fucking fight.
Can I just say something really quick? Because I'm curious what you both think about violence. in the sense that, like, at what point, I think it was today, they tried to go into the EPA building and the security guard wouldn't let them. And so they stood outside and protested. I said to myself, well, why didn't they just push past him? Why didn't they shove him the fuck out of the way? There were 50 of them. Like, what are we doing? Elon Musk is literally taking everybody's like social security numbers and information. And the Democrats are like, okay, I guess the security guard said we can't go in. Like, and maybe this is just because I'm so angry. Maybe I would react differently if I was there. But my question is, then get arrested. Then get arrested for violence and start a movement on the left. So people see that, like, you're willing to get arrested because you pushed somebody. I'm not saying hurt anybody, I'm saying, like, physically move them and see what happens, because I am still of the mind that Elon and his little boys are a bunch of bullies. And if you tap them a few times, they're going to fall over and cry. And I think we should be showing our teeth in a more physical way, but perhaps I am wrong to feel that way. I don't know. I'm curious.
I got this one first, John. Okay. So listen, Natalie, you're speaking my language. Okay. Cause like, it's exactly what John said, that you can't spend the better part of a year or a couple years, honestly, saying that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. He is going to destroy this nation. America, as we know it, will cease to exist if this man is elected. And then after he's elected, when Republicans said, wow, okay, why is Joe Biden shaking his hand? Why are they laughing? Why are they laughing and joking with him in funerals? Why are they doing this like this decorum-filled handover if he really is Hitler, like you said? You know what? They got a good argument. They do. I mean, if you really believe that this guy is going to cause the destruction of the country, of the world, and you're like, well, hey, we got these rules and these procedures we got to follow. No, of course you don't. And I'm so glad you mentioned this thing with, Elon Musk, because Elon Musk, as if you guys, I didn't even hear about the EPA one, Natalie. Like, if these things just be churned out every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And every time you fire up your computer or open up your phone, you see that Elon Musk and his goons of college freshmen are, sifting through your personal information, trying to shut down international and domestic departments and threatening services like Medicaid every fucking day. And then we have Hakeem Jeffries. This is actually the sad part. We said that Pelosi and Schumer should step aside. Pelosi is giving it to Hakeem Jeffries.
Yes, you
and
are correct.
this guy
he totally stepped aside, TJ.
Well, I mean, officially,
totally
she steps aside. So this is the Dauphin, the prince in waiting here, Hakeem Jeffries. Schumer couldn't rally the troops. Maybe Hakeem Jeffries can. This is him addressing the obvious, blatant crimes of Elon Musk and stealing our identities and security and money.
Why we are introducing the Taxpayer Data Protection Act to shield the American people from this out of control power grab permanently, and to make sure that the financial, personal, medical, and confidential information of the American people is protected.
Now, this is not an out of context clip. Hakeem Jeffries sounds like that, like a bored high school vice principal, like a disappointment every time he speaks. This is the guy who's in charge of the House of Representatives. He's the one that's supposed to be getting us, riled up and together. If that's the face of your movement's going to fail. Your movement is going to fail. And I would like just competent, charismatic individuals up there. And yes, if the time does come, like Natalie says, and they're in your way, you're a congressman. Get arrested. You'll be out in hours. You'll be gone. It'll be fine. You're not gonna lose employment for this. But you know what it could do? It could say, okay, wow, they actually do give a fuck. They actually do care, because your words aren't conveying that message. If you were able to convey it through speech, hey, great, but you can't. So do something else. I'm all with you, Natalie.